Hey there, Blip here, and if you're watching this video, you're most likely wondering, what's the best Soulbind for Fire Mage right now? So obviously this question has arisen because we've unlocked our 30th Renown row, and people are wondering, is Nia better than Koryan now? Well, I can show you a few things, but I think if you really want a quick answer so you can just stop watching straight away, then I would say, potentially. I think you won't be losing much by playing Nia now, but I think Koryan is still better overall. But you probably want to play Nia in AoE situations. It all comes down to how well you can utilize Wild Hunt tactics, but in general, I think Koryan is better, and we can take a look at a few things to prove this. So first we'll take a look at my SimC data so we can have a look at how well Koryan is doing. So this is Nia with the 30th Renown row unlocked, and with the Nia's Burrs. So this is actually a cool new ability which is giving you only one potency conduit, but it's giving you access to this dot which is doing a lot of damage. And as you can see, it's doing better than Nia Poisons. This is what I currently have equipped. So currently I have Nia equipped with 28 Renown. If I was to unlock the Poisons, I would gain 2 DPS, so that's obviously not being factored in the interrupts and not being factored in this regard. And then if we go up to the Burst, which is the 1 potency, and then this special one selected at the end, we get a plus 24 DPS increase. And then obviously Koryan is 112 DPS increase. So if you look here, Koryan is 86 DPS better than the Nia with the Renown unlock, which is a big deal. But I've had some discussion, and I've also looked at some discussion about how Koryan might be overvalued because sometimes the boss does get nuked down below 75% very fast, which can make it not very valuable. But then we can take a look at some fights to see if that's true or not. So if we look at Shriekwing, for example, Koryan is absolutely destroying this boss because obviously you're not getting many combustions. You get your combustion for the first 75% of the boss, and then you're not going to have another combustion for that long, but because the fight isn't too long, you gain a lot of value from Koryan here. Then we get to Huntsman, and obviously you're seeing a lot more Nia. Now this is a lot more volatile. If you look here, we haven't had actually any top log. We hit one top log since the 31st. All of these are before then, and because it's like an AoE fight, these fights are a lot more volatile and it's harder to tell what Soulbind is good, but obviously Nia is looking pretty good here regardless. Then we get to Hungering, we're seeing a lot of Koryan again starting to pop up. Koryan is just looking pretty good in general here. Sure, there's anomalies like this one with Nia at the top, but there is it's only 86 DPS ahead, so that it can be some variation here. And obviously, Power Infusion is 100% involved in this, so take that as well. Then we get to Sun King, and you're starting to see some Koryan actually, which is interesting because obviously the fight doesn't really feel like it's that great for Koryan. And then obviously but then again you have that big combustion at the start, right? And then also you're seeing Nia, so yeah, a bit of a mixture here. Then we get to Artify, so you're seeing Koryan and Nia, but more Koryans than Nia. I think over time Koryan will just replace the Nias. Obviously, remember when I'm looking at all this data, we haven't factored in the spiked burrs yet, so I could be wrong on this, but at the same time, not having 2 potencies on some of these fights is really detrimental. On a fight like Artificer, for example, not having double potency is going to make some of your combustions not line up, and if you don't get optimal combustions on this fight, you're just going to lose DPS, especially if you're in seed duty like I am. So that's something that's important to keep in mind. But in general, as you can see, Koryan is pretty much destroying. We're seeing some Nia, but in general, Koryan is just doing really well. But yeah, again, as I said, when this isn't factoring the spiked bursts, I definitely think with the spiked bursts, you will start seeing a lot more Nia, but I don't think Nia will be better than Koryan. But this is with really early on data, and this is obviously with the simulation data. This stuff can be updated at any time. So honestly, if you're watching this video, I strongly recommend, I'll put a link to this page of the Warcraft logs in the description. Come and check back on this every now and then and see what's happening with the Soulbind. So I'll make an update video on it as well if it does change. But for right now, I would say Koryan is still your best Soulbind, with Nia being very close behind and in some situations better. So if you're unsure, just play Koryan, and if you want to try and experiment with Nia, then go ahead. I don't think you'll miss out on that much by doing so. But yeah, either way, I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, if you want to help support the channel, be sure to subscribe so you can watch future videos like this that I'll be making. Also check out the channel memberships that I have set up and the Patreon I have set up in the description below the channel, because that would really help me out a lot, and I really can't thank the people that are helping me enough as it is. On that same note, I'd really like to thank my current supporters who are really helping me out, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Keaton, Inflex, Rudai Wang, Newstar, T_M, Aaron, and I would like to thank my 2 Patreon supporters, Jake and Marvin. You guys are honestly the best. I cannot thank you enough for helping me, and I hope you guys have the best of days. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and yeah, as I said, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you around in the next video.